This is what I'm doing today, huh? This is Ghost of Tranquil Vows. Remember Crimson Vermilion? It's made by the same guy. So I'm sure this is gonna be an experience. Hat. Right, you're the main character. Z. Marisa. Sleeping noises. Marisa. Huh? Marisa, have you forgotten me? Marisa. Marisa, have you forgotten me? It's a fucking ghost! Holy shit, I can't believe I ran into a goddamn ghost first thing in the morning. Better ask for some help before I go back. Magic could probably help me, but it doesn't seem like she's here. Oh no. The game just started. Fucking hell. I haven't tried to do this voice in literal months. Melissa, have you given a power to one of Bentley's books? That's not the voice at all, actually. What was the voice again? Oh, actually, nah, not today. I wanted to ask if you know much about, ghosts? Ghosts? Okay, that's more like it. Ah, yes, in fact, we were just discussing your preparations for the first coming Hello Teas, which naturally requires... Ghost? No, I haven't done this one in forever either. What was it again? Ghost stories. We're going to tell ghost stories. Listen, I have a super duper awesome ghost story. Wanna hear it? Oh wait, I'm not talking about ghost story. Okay, I'll tell you, but only because you asked. Once there was an ugly yokai. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end. Oh wait, where's the ghost in this story? Marisa, it is my understanding that the protagonist, to be more specific, the character described as the ugly yokai, is the ghost of this ghost story. Huh? Can yokai be ghosts? Well, I am not entirely familiar with the taxonomy of yokai, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually, it's extremely complicated and not actually laid out anywhere. But you fools are missing the point. In a ghost story, anything can be a ghost. The important part isn't what it is, but what function it serves. A ghost must frighten, amaze, terrify. That is what makes a ghost. Rangers, your ghost is not scary at all. It's just I cannot, in good conscience, if you call your story a ghost story. What? Really? It's not scary? Well, everyone dies. A ghost story ought not rest upon the fear of death, but rather the fear of life. After all, death is inevitability, but a pitiful and painful life is something we can only hope never befalls us. I shall show you what a proper ghost story sounds like. Listen close. Once upon a time, there were two Taoist saints. Let's call them Kaku and Sega. My lady, if you plan to use real people's names, you must include the disclaimer. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. The story is a work of fiction named characters, business events, and incidents are the products of the author's imagination, and inherent to actual persons living or dead, or otherwise actual events is purely coincidental. Then, let us continue with the story. These two saints were deeply in love with each other. They were so deep in love that they declared that even death would not part them, and to prove this, they achieved immortality together. But a wayward Shinigami, not having seen that Kaku's name has been stricken from the register of life and death, captured Kaku while she was sleeping and took her to the depths of Yamato Shokuni. Oh, that's the same as hell, right? No, it is not the same. You'll see why shortly. Sega, when she saw that Koku had been taken away, hurried out to the gate of Yamato Shokuni. She defeated the guards and dove into the depths, utterly devoid of light, blacker than even the moonless darkness. Yeah, she found Kaku, who called her, saying, Sega, my love, you have found me. Please take me away from here, back to the land where the sun shines bright. Sega said, Of course, my love, I have brought a lamp to guide our way back. But Kaku cried out, No, you must not light a lamp. Then it was too late. Sega's lamp illuminated not only the road, but back to the surface. But also Kaku. Or at least, what had become of Kaku. Kaku's flesh had rotted away from her bones had rotted away from her body, and her body was now a bones of thousands of writhing maggots that crawled through her organs like earthworms digging through wet topsoil. How the hell did she not smell that? Wow. Well, that's super scary. Silence, my story is not yet complete. For Kaku had already eaten some of the food of Yamakakuni, and she became one with the Yamatokushikuni, and land bathed in only darkness has no need for concepts such as beauty, and thus her beauty was lost with her life. Sega's love for Kaku could surpass death, but it could not surpass ugliness. We must not blame her for this, because you and I certainly are no different. So Sega thrust Kaku away and fled, and Kaku chased after her, screaming in anger, but Sega had betrayed her, and what greater wrong could there be than betrayal? Sega escaped from Marisers and immediately placed an immovable boulder over the gate. Yamamoto's Kuni, trapping Kaku within. His Sega fled, never to return. But Kaku had not fled. Even today, he claws his way into boulder, seeking to return to the land where the sun shines. After a couple million years to make a dent, it's like erosion, but with fingernails. Our hell, you see, was built on top of Yamamoto's Kuni. It is said that if you travel to the farthest depths of former hell, not far from the nuclear reactor, you can hear the sounds of nails scratching away at the stone, bit by bit. And that is the sound of Kaku making her way, slowly but surely, back into the world of the living, in order to have vengeance not only on Sega, but also on anyone who did not free her when they had the opportunity. Don't know how she would know those people she had a boulder. Master, you have been the former hell, have you not? Did you free her when she screeched for your aid, or you too become a target of her vengeance? That? Wait, is it possible that the ghost I ran into earlier was actually this Kaku? Nah, no way. The ghost asked me if I've forgotten him. This is the first time I'm hearing about this Kaku, so it has to be someone else. That's a scary story, that is. For a moment there, I thought I might have heard this Kaku while I was in the former hill. Milady's ghost stories are truly supreme. Yeah, I don't get wow. Yeah, I didn't get it. Marissa, it's your turn. Tell us a ghost story. Well, I'm not actually here for... I would like to hear Marissa's ghost stories as well. Little? Yup, fine. So, a while back, I borrowed volumes 1 and 2 of Grutz Gets This Der Almanac from Pachi. Yeah, what's it about? It's about math. So I read through both, and at the end of volume 2, the author really hacked me up for volume 3, saying it would unify all the theories of math and much stuff like that. But then, I couldn't find volume 3 in the mansion's library. I was asking, and she said, if we have volunteers 1 and 2, then either we have volume 3 or it doesn't exist. Remy would never miss a book. It is as she says, I would never procure an inconvenient set of books, but this story of yours seems to suggest otherwise. Well, I was trusting your words, so I thought I might have already borrowed this book, so I went home and checked, but I didn't have it. So then I asked Yukari to help me look into it and found out the truth. When the author published the second volume, some little kid wrote a letter to him saying that there was a contradiction in the first volume. The kid was right, there was a contradiction in the first volume. Because of it, everything in the first and second volume was wrong. The author read the letter, then fell into a deep depression. His life's work had gone up in flames, and he never wrote again. His wife died a year later, so he suffered alone, depressed, broken over 20 years, and then he died too. And thus, there is no third volume of Grudges per arithmetic. His story is quite unsettling, but I am not sure I would call it a ghost story unless you were to change it so that the kid was a ghost who invented a false contradiction. I concur. As it, the story is no more than that of a fool who ties his shoelaces together and then trips over them. I would not call it a ghost story, though it could be one with some reworking. Oh, I see. I don't get it. But you know, the main reason I came here to ask you all for help with a ghost. Oh, you want help making a proper ghost story out of this one? Why not? It'll be quite straightforward. I of course, shall offer you a better story in 2 seconds. Let us say that our author receives the letter, but in a fit of rage, rips it up and throws it into a dustbin. He proceeds with writing the 3rd volume, ignoring the contradictory present, and 10 years later he's about to ready to publish it. One night, while working the finishing touches, he sets the manuscript on his desk and goes to sleep. But when he wakes up in the next morning, the manuscript for the 3rd volume is gone. It's sat on his desk still and read for 10 years past, its shreds taped together back with only the most minor gaps, and across the white spaces bottom of the letter is written in wet blood. Marissa, have you forgotten me? Yeah! Lady's stories are truly a caliber unto themselves. I was not expecting such a response. Actually, I don't think it was that scary. I don't get it. Hello, Yomo. What's wrong with you? Why are you so out of breath? Did you just run all the way across the Sanzi River to get here? I'm being hunted by a ghost. What kind of ghost? Huh? I mean, we could probably help you with ghost problems to some extent, but we need to know what you mean by ghost. Like, do I fall into the category of ghost that you're worried about? Does Yuko? Did someone call me? You go help me, I'm being hunted by a ghost. What kind of ghost? Why are you both saying the same damn thing? There are many species that could be considered to be a ghost. For example, you might call me a true ghost in the sense that I was a human, I died, and now I'm here in this form. Yomo was a half ghost, but there should be considered as a subspecies of ghost and not a human ghost hybrid. If you're being haunted, the countermeasures will depend on what type of ghost is haunting you. Yomo, can I ask you a question? Sure. You know what? I was about to say no, actually, no. Why did I think that would be an okay thing to say out loud? No. If you're being haunted, the countermeasures will depend on what type of ghost is haunting you. At the least, I think it's unlikely that it's a half ghost like me. I guess that it's either a true ghost or a weak ghost. If it's a weak ghost, then I'll go beat it up myself.
Marissa, weak ghosts don't mean that the ghost is weak. It refers to how strictly it adheres for intuitions for what ghosts are. The question was, when Yoma was born, did the ghost have, did it come out too? How's that work? If a true ghost is one that is formed from a dead human, then a weak ghost might be one that is formed from me pruning plants in the garden here. Strictly speaking, it is still a ghost, but intuitively speaking, we may not want to consider it the same thing as a ghost from a dead body. Oh, so it's like a weak inequality as opposed to a strict inequality, or a weak subset as opposed to a proper subset. Yuko, do you know what that means?
No, just say that is an appropriate comparison or something. I died before set theory was created. It's probably not true.
That would be an appropriate comparison. But we must also consider the possibility of vengeful ghosts. Vengeful ghost? Why would a vengeful ghost be looking to find me?
Because you have wronged many people in the past.
What kind of bullshit is that? I ain't ever wronged nobody.
Well, for example, there was that time you crucified Rainbow.
It's not canon. Different timeline. How'd you know about that? Oh, I haven't heard this story. When did it happen?
It happened a good long while ago. Before the vampires took up residence here, Garmin told me about it.
How interesting. I should tell everyone about this. My dark past's been revealed.
Weak ghosts can be birthed even by vague concepts, just as the divinity of an enshrined squirrel or the age of a tree. So when you say Master Spark the entire Hackberry Shrine, you might have incurred the wrath of some of the weak ghosts living in the vicinity.
No more, please. I don't want to listen to it. As they say, there's nothing scarier than one's own past.
Precisely so. Marissa, if you can get some clarity on what type of ghost is affecting you, we can help you prepare some countermeasures.
My Rokanken can probably cut through your ghost, but I need to know what type of ghost it is in order to make the right cut. Like, if I do a Zwarchi, where I need to be doing an Abraha, the ghost will come right back twice as powerful. You need a sword with 2 edges to do a Zwarchi. You can't do it with a katana. Have you even read Meyer? All swords have 2 edges if you swing hard enough.
In my day, it was quite difficult to keep swords sharp, so swords were less of a cutting weapon and more of a hacking and bashing weapon. There are also katanas. If you didn't know, katanas historically weren't actually that strong. They were made of, like, not great iron. Sometimes the best thing to do would be to grab the end of the blade with both hands and hit your opponent in the side of their head with a crossguard like a mace. Give them a good concussion, even if they're wearing a helmet. So if you could say that all swords actually have 3 edges if you swing hard enough.
Well, if I did that with a katana, first the Bakugi, and then the rest of the handle would go flying away. And that's why the long sword is superior to the katana. Also because it's longer. But the steel in my Rokanken has been folded over 1,000 times.
Well, even if Yogu's Rokanken is a lame-ass sword with a measly 1 edge as opposed to a long sword's 3, you can still deal with your ghost problems, Marissa. However, if you need to find an exorcist or a therapist to identify what kind of ghost is afflicting you,
where am I supposed to find an exorcist or a therapist?
Horsey's one of those, apparently. No idea, but you could always look for a priest. A priest is half exorcist, half therapist, and all bullshit.
Oh, so like Byakurin?
Yes, like Byakurin. Don't tell her I said priests are bullshit, though.
No promises, but anyway, I'll go to the Murin Temple and ask them for help.
You can navigate between different locations by clicking the icon in the top right of the heart of the screen. The icons up here where the dialogue ends.
The Dev was planning to make a proper map menu, but they didn't have enough time for the 72-hour jam, so it's the same system as the prequel.
Which one was the prequel? Well, for what it's worth, there is one new system in this game, and it just appeared in the top left corner of the screen.
Wasn't there another one? That one's about a year overdue.
Didn't that one get cut due to time constraints again?
I'm not sure, since the dialogue is written before most of the code.
I guess you just have to finish the game to find out, Marissa.
Yeah, sure. Oh, this gameplay? Okay. Should I head to my house? Should I head to the Scarlet Zelda Mansion? I'm currently at Hakigokuro. Should I head over to the Moria Shrine? This is Marissa's thinking voice. That's why she doesn't have the... That's why it's not like it normally is. Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm being haunted by a ghost. Normally this doesn't have to be, so I'm a bit freaked out about it. Why is Mima even here in my evidence list? Remilia is the master of the Scarlet Mansion. She is a vampire. Flanders is Remilia's younger sister. She is a vampire, but she has no taste for ghost stories at all. Sakia is the maid of the Scarlet Devil Mansion. She is a human, supposedly. Yugiko is the master of Hakigokuro. She is a so-called true ghost. Hyomo is the half-human, half-ghost gardener of Hakigokuro. Supposedly your sword can cut through ghosts, so if I can provide her more information on what type of ghost is haunting me, she may be able to help me.
Hello, ghosts. Marissa, have you forgotten me?
Ah, ah,
My blood stains your hands, Marissa. Have you forgotten me?
I've forgotten you.
Then go find my name, find your memory of me, and then I will kill you.
Then why the hell would I do that?
Oh, Marissa, back for more ghost stories.
Actually, I need help with the exorcism.
An exorcism, Sakia can help you with. Oh, God. An exorcism, Sakia can help you with that.
Yes, I'm a bit rusty, but I can deal with most demons or devils without too much trouble. Wait, I don't get it. Why are you all of you people an exorcist? I'm not an exorcist, but rather a vampire hunter, supposedly. However, because vampires were driven to near extinction by overhunting, I had no choice but to extend my trade a little bit.
Better do charity, Marissa. If you want Sakia's help, you need to offer something equal value. There's a ghost story, a proper one. Better not be about yourself.
Do I know anyone who has a ghost story? Is the evidence only people? Marissa, have you found what kind of ghost is haunting you? If you know, we can help you. Have I talked to anyone who's always able to assign a kind of ghost or kind to pick up? Huh? Hello, Byakurin. Byakurin, I need your help. Me too, what has gotten you in such a flurry, little lamb? I'm being haunted by a ghost. Little lamb, ghosts do not exist. Byakurin, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that supposed to mean? There is no such thing as a ghost. If you believe you have seen a ghost, it only means that you fooled yourself into seeing a ghost where something else stands. You do not wish to know the truth, and so the truth does not make itself known to you. Ask and it shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened. But if you close your eyes and flee, then even the truth written upon your path you shall not see. Ah, me to a fool, may you lean closer and observe with true sight that from which you now turn your head. Wait, you're a Buddhist, right? Of course, why do you ask? I feel like I heard some distinctly non-Buddhist stuff mixed in there. Nonsense, do not be distracted by such fleeting sensations, little lamb. Practice right mindfulness, and your misconceptions both of your ghost and my words shall be dispelled. Look, I got the religious stuff and all, but seriously, no joke, there's a ghost haunting me. It can't just not exist. Me too, foe. If you wish to argue that I am mistaken, you must show me some evidence that ghost exists. Okay, I definitely got more proof that ghost exists. I'll show her. What happens if you present wrong evidence? Okay. Anyway. Am I an idiot? I might be an idiot. Okay. Yuko and Yomo are by definition ghosts. Me too, a fool. To my knowledge, Yuko and Yomo are not ghosts, but spirits of phantoms. Or do you wish to say that it's someone like Yuko who is haunting you? Look, I'm an American. No, you're not. As far as I'm concerned, ghosts, spirits, and phantoms are all the same thing. I ain't up for all this terminology bullshit. Yo, is someone talking about ghosts? There's someone talking about ghosts. I love ghosts. Ghosts are what you cannot understand. They emerge from gaps in your philosophical system and bring them to your knees. What are ellipticals and difference, but the ghost that haunted Ptolemy. What is oxygen but the ghost of phlogiston theory? What is either draft but the ghost of the Enlightenment dream for a mechanized universe? We should love ghosts where we find them, but they promise us a very future, one where ghosts of today will but be your curious oddities of the theories to come. I get that you can define ghosts in this kind of metaphorical sense, but like I'm being haunted by a real ghost, you know? No, I'm not being metaphorical. When the Asians saw the fire planet moving backwards in the sky, they believed just that the ghost was haunting them in their telescopes. But like, I mean, there's literally a ghost in my house that I can't see. So, like, what about UFO seeds, which lay waste to the best laid plans of mice and men? Me too, Fo. I believe we should clarify these matters by asking Marasa for some clarification. Hey, did you call me? First, we are having some trouble agreeing on what a ghost is. Could you offer your thoughts? Ah, sure, I guess the easiest way to find a ghost would be to distinguish it from a monster. You know Moby Dick, right? More or less. Okay, maybe read that shit in elementary school. Yeah, so Moby Dick's a classic monster story. A sailor gets his leg cleaned off by a giant whale and spends the rest of his life hunting the whale, looking for revenge, even though the whale's 1,000 times the size. He never does get around to killing the whale, but he gets close, and he manages to stick a harpoon in it. But the harpoon's rope wrapped around his throat and chokes him to death, and the whale drags his corpse away. See, it's a monster story because the guy is fighting against something way stronger than him, but you know, he has a fighting chance, it's just that he's too weak. Much like when we fight against the weight of our own desires, it is possible to emerge victorious, though few ever do. What makes a ghost is when you never get a fighting chance. If you spend his life chasing the whale, and then he found the whale and tossed his harpoon at it, but then the harpoon just phased right through like it was passing through air. That would make it a ghost story the moment he realized that it was impossible right from the start. A monster is something you fear, but you pick up your sword and fight it. A ghost is something you fear, but your sword doesn't even touch it. You can't even fight it. Yep, but let me also mention, if you read this argument from the point of view of the philosophical concept of Dyson, whereas one's understanding of the world is determined by what means one has to interact it with, then not being able to interact with something is the same as not understanding it. So when a sailor finds a whale that they can't harpoon, they cease to understand it. Yeah, that's why sailors are so scared of me. When I was still going around sinking ships, you know, the sailors really couldn't do anything to me. I was a yokai, but they were a human. I could stand on the ship's bow and crush the ship to pieces, then they would just have to watch. A few of them tried to attack me with swords and guns, but well, it didn't know what end well for them. I've killed people. That's why, even though I'm just a yokai, you could call me a ghost. I might as well be the unharpoonable whale. And I'm the unidentified flying object. You could call me a ghost, too. Mutufo, what we can conclude from this discussion is that ghosts derive from errors in one's mindfulness. They're only simple phenomenon, and one sees ghosts for the simple reason that one despairs. One despairs because one does not understand. But one's soul is the seat of the world, the source of all phenomenon. One does not understand only because one despairs. It is a negative cycle, much like the dukkha that it mirrors. To break this cycle, you must will to see the truth. You must will to be free of despair, and by the force of your will, you will understand. But this is Marissa we're talking about. She can't hear the master part. She can't understand it. Sorry. May our words here have brought you even a marginal degree of enlightenment, Marissa. Go forth with right view and right conduct, and no ghost shall be capable of blocking your path. They're only simple phenomenon, and one sees ghosts for the simple reason that one despairs. One despairs because one does not understand. Yes. Did that do anything? Right, so if you countercode, you?
I don't think it's specific enough. We need more version of that.
Is that fucking it up when I accidentally press the other one? Yakuran? Can't tell, I'm really bad at Phoenix Wright's games, because I've also never played them. Mima? Okay. That did not accomplish anything. Can I not? Okay, you can't present evidence at all. So there's nothing to do here. Anything to do here? So, let me tell you about a ship-sinking ghost called Moby Dick.
I do like the story, though it's not terrifying like a classic ghost story. The sense of despair felt by Ishmael when he realizes that his last pursuit never had any meaning is perfectly bittersweet.
I agree, it has the flavor of my homeland. Albania. Then shall we proceed with the exorcism?
I shall permit it.
This is odd, I cannot detect any demons and devils on you. There is nothing here to be exorcised.
What? This exorcism is a fraud? A fraud, I tell you, a fraud! If it were a fraud, she would have prepared to exorcise something that wasn't there.
That is true. Speaking from experience, you cannot make money as a fraud by telling people they are not haunted.
What? What? Wait, what from experience doesn't that mean?
What it means is that whatever ghost is afflicting you is something internal to yourself. It is not possible to exorcise a ghost of the mind. You must crush it with your own willpower.
So it's a ghost of man? I see, I'll keep that in mind. Ghost of the mind, Yobo. Shaki said it's a ghost of the mind.
No, a ghost of the mind? That's quite unusual.
Yuko, have you dealt with ghosts of the mind before?
Once, that whole ordeal with the Saigyo Ayakashi was about me trying to come to terms with a ghost of my own mind. But Yobo, I don't think you'll be able to cut a ghost of the mind.
I mean, I could, but I'd have to cut Marissa as well, so I don't think it's a particularly actionable prospect.
What, so you can't get rid of it?
Sorry, Marissa, it doesn't look like my skills will be of much help here.
Nah. That said, I could offer you a little help. In order to fight a ghost of the mind, you must understand where it comes from. Does it help from your regrets, your hopes, from something you have abandoned, or from something you yet seek? I may be able to offer you an educated guess.
Please do.
Alright. I'm smelling you.
What are you doing?
Silence, do not interrupt Yuiko's work.
Oh, okay.
I can smell the fragrance of nostalgia on you. This ghost of yours comes from memories you have sealed away deep within yourself. It is a ghost of the past. It is a ghost of what you have forgotten. You must figure out the rest, Marissa. Go on and confront your ghost.
Thanks.
Or save feature? I know this game has 2 endings. I remember you, do you? Then tell me, where do I come from? Okay, so originally the plan was to like have the ghost kill you. Would you give the wrong answer here? But I'm pretty sure you haven't even saved this game once yet, so if I send you back to the main menu here, you have to start the entire game over, and I don't really want you to do that. So just like imagine that I'm sending you back to the main menu, okay? Okay, so you can save. I have vague memories of this. I thought that was the right answer, but apparently it's not. Memer. Memer.
Hammer!
Am I supposed to do something else? I'm supposed to do something, I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. I don't see. I don't see at all, actually. No! You come from no! No, you don't. You come from Murasa, yes. Keep doing this. It has to be one of the options. Hopefully I didn't, like, break the game. I broke the game. I might have broke the game. Would be quite unfortunate if I broke the game, yes. I see. I don't see. I don't see at all, actually. Did I miss something? I believe I missed something, yes. Don't know what that thing could be. What could it be? What could it be? Who knows? Nobody knows what I missed except people who know what I missed. It's how things normally go. You either know or you don't know. And I am firmly in the camp of I do not know. I do not know. This is all the evidence in the game. Alright, so either I'm an idiot, which is a very big possibility, or I broke the game. So, what I am going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and do an outro, and then if this isn't actually the end of the video, that means I restarted the game and then it suddenly worked. So, yeah, that was his game. I'm sorry I couldn't show the ending because I actually broke it. But anyway, bye. Alright, update. I'm an idiot. Did I not pick you, Yuko? I swear to God I picked everyone. I guess I accidentally... I don't fucking know. You come from my past. You understand this much. Then tell me, why do I appear to you in this form? You look like that only because I don't fully understand you. It's my own false sight, my own fear that's making you look like that, but in reality, that's not what you look like. Your answer is satisfactory. Here is your final question. Who am I? You're my mom. You're Mima. If you understand that, then hurry up and open the cellar door already. Huh? What cellar door? Let me... There, opened it. Holy shit, Marissa, it's really dusty down there. You really ought to clean the cellar. Along with the rest of your house. Mima, was you all alone? Yeah, I've been asking you to open the cellar all day. Wasn't there a better way to go about that? Did you really have to haunt me? Haunt you? I wasn't haunting you. Why would I be haunting you? My job is to haunt Rainbow. But weren't you saying things like, Marissa, have you forgotten me? No, I was saying, Marissa, please open the cellar door. Really? Yes, really. Are you being haunted, Marissa? I'm not sure. If you're not sure, that probably means you're being haunted by yourself. Well, instead of confronting yourself, looks like you confronted me. Oops. How can I be haunted by myself? Wouldn't that require me to be two different there'd be two very different me's? Yes, but due to the doctrine of the impermanence of self, that's not particularly infeasible. Ask a random Buddhist if you want to know more. Actually, no thanks. I've heard enough Buddhist preaching for at least 3 weeks. Wait, Mima, why are you in my cellar in the first place? I was testing some of my old underground pathways through Gensokyo, just in case I needed them in order to take over the Hakurei Shrine someday. There's a sort of magic whirlpool around your cellar for some reason, so I got stuck in there. Anyway, I have to go play some Rainbow. See you later! Oh, one last thing. If you save the game before I leave, then when you reload, I'll put you back right before this dialogue starts, you get the other ending. That's stupid. Why would it work that way? You only call it stupid because you have no idea how hard it is to write generic save load code. Anyway, I'm leaving now. Really leaving. Save right. Just making sure. Okay, bye. I have to do this all again? Okay. Thought I saved it the last one, because it starts at the beginning of the
dialogue option.
Who am I? You're me. But red. Oh, no, it's not the red one. Fuck. You're me. No. I am Marisha, but I am not you. I am the true Marisha, the one you left behind along with your past. And your fashion sense. Why are you here? Are you gonna kill me? I won't go down without a fight. Kill you. If I killed you, I wouldn't be most of ghosts, would I? You ought to fear ghosts not because they are harbingers of death, but because they are harbingers of wrong life. For the sake of rebellious tale, the ghost was the sins of her past, the misdeeds she had committed. Faced with the ship-seeking ghost of Marasta, what could a sailor do but abandon their calling at sea and hope for dull repose on land? And now I stand here before you, offering you the same dilemma. Will you turn away from who you truly are, or will you steep your hands in blood yet again? Tell me, Risha, don't you want to crucify Raymond with your blade? No, I don't want to do that. I left that all behind me. I've turned over a new leaf. I'm a proper law-abiding thief now. You say that, but I see you pulling out your mini Hakuro from your pocket. You're thinking of just how you should burn a shrine to the ground, aren't you? You know, the human body is quite interesting. Even if you crucify a human and light them on fire along with the cross, they will not die. As long as there is an adequate oxygen flow, the human body will survive. Does that make the prospect only scarier? It is said that some vengeful ghosts can be birthed not from death, but rather from suffering. Don't you want to find out just how many profane ghosts Rainbow can spit out with that dirty mouth of hers? You want to know, don't you? I want to get the hell out of here. Haunting Rainbow is my job. If you're going around inciting others to haunt Rainbow, that's a violation of my patent rights. I managed to get out of the cellar this time. Fucking hell, this is why I hate copyright shows. Rainbow, what are you doing here? Just passing by? Yeah, it's easy to get lost out here in the Forest of Magic. Oh, it's a good thing I was passing by. If I'd listened to that ghost and went to attack Remo, I'd have to sue you. But there's no copyright law in Tokyo. You mean like for aggravated assault and battery? No, for patent infringement, or trademark infringement, or copyright infringement. Not sure which one. I was gonna wait until my, the next time I play Deltarune to mention this, but, my upload of my second part of Deltarune, got a copyright claim for apparently playing Falcone's remix of Field of Hopes and Dreams. Yep. Somehow I feel like the moral of this story is a bit off. Moral? What moral? Oh, you mean about how you're getting haunted? Pro tip, you won't get haunted if you have nothing to regret. The fact that a ghost was haunting you means that you have some regrets about going straight. If you live in accordance with your desires, then the worst thing a ghost can do is kill you, and at that point it's not a ghost, it's just a monster. You want to go troll Reimu, then you should go do that. Just make sure you get a license from me first, though I'll sell it to you for cheap since we know each other so well. Anyways, I'm off. Make sure to get the other ending too. Save right now if you haven't seen it yet. Well, that was that. Was that shorter or longer than the last one? I can't remember. Yep, it's just one of those games, aren't they? Well, next time I'll play something else. Bye.